Hello everybody, welcome to the Salesforce developer interview questions session. In this session what we are going to do is we are going to go through some of the important questions that you may face during an interview. So in this is the part 1 of the developer interview question session. Okay, so let's jump right in and let's understand what are the possible questions and what should be the answers for this. Now everybody knows, we have to work in Salesforce Apex. So the first question you have to ask, they'll ask you is what is Apex, right? They may ask. So Apex is an object-based programming language. It's strongly typed. So the first question is strongly typed object-based programming language. That means strongly typed means you have to declare variable type. You cannot say let x equal to 0. You have to say something like a string x equal to a name, integer y equal to 0. That means it's strongly typed. Apex allows you to execute logic, transaction control statements on the lightningforce.com platform. Thirdly, it runs natively on the server. You don't need any Java compiler, nothing. So it is platform as a service. You directly write your code on the server, save it, and it is automatically compiled and saved into the server. Okay, and it will also execute. So the code executes on the server. When you, how does it execute? Whenever you maybe you click a button, maybe there is a integration, maybe there is an event. So there are various ways in which you can call a code. Apex has a Java or C# like syntax. If you're from a Java C# background, you'll find this very easy, as you already must have learned and getting ready for an interview. Extremely similar to Java and much easier than that. Apex also gives you transactional control. That is, you can create and roll back to a save point. So these are the basic questions that may come at the start, and then we go ahead with more things. Now, what are the things you can do with Apex? Okay. Now you have Apex language, right? What can you do? You can write triggers, database triggers. You can write Apex web services, that is expose your Apex classes or logic to third party. That is third party integration points can access your Apex web services in the form of REST or SOAP API. Okay. Third is you can write email services. You can invoke callouts. Okay, suppose some other application like Java, Spring Boot has exposed some web services. You can consume those web services via callouts. Okay, you can write controllers for Visual Force and also for LWC. So these are the basic things that you can do with Apex. Now, where does Apex apply in Salesforce application? What is the broad area in which you will be working on? Let's take a look here. Basically, what the interviewer is asking you here is, he's extending it. He knows, he will tell you, it's running natively. What more can you do with Apex? So Apex can be used to perform DML operations on S objects or on list of S objects. That is, you can do an insert, update, delete. And secondly, you can only do insert, update, delete with Apex. Okay, you cannot do a standalone insert, update like you do in SQL. Please understand, if the question interviewer asks, can you do a direct insert, update? No, you have to write SOQL along with Apex to do a DML. Very important point. Because sometimes the interviewer may also try to dig deep and see whether you have worked, what is your understanding. So you need to answer this in a more in-depth way. Now Apex can be used to store and process data from S objects. S objects are the tables of Salesforce database. So you can use it to store and process data. You can create database triggers, that is S object triggers, using Apex. All the Apex code has to be inside a class. Okay, if you want to store, you can write code in the developer console, but that will not be saved. If you want your classes to be saved, code to be, you have to write it in a class always. You can use it to write, as I told you, controller logic behind Visual Force, Lightning components. Like say, suppose you want to do a custom save, or you want to do some custom invoke or a DML at the or SOQL at the start. You can create your own logic. You can, as I told you, also Apex can be used to invoke integration callouts. You can call third-party URLs provided they give you access via Apex. Now, Apex itself can be encapsulated as a REST and a SOAP API, and external web services can, external systems can access it as a web service. Okay, can be used to code database batch jobs. Database batch jobs, we will see that questions about that in the future.